everyone, welcome back to our channel. Daniel is not here. He is at the cottage with my mom and dad right now, and so my boyfriend and I will be meeting up with them this weekend, so that's pretty exciting. But I thought I would film a video by myself because there's kind of a video topic on my mind that I've been thinking about and wanting to film, and that is what it's like growing up with a special needs sibling. I don't know, I think for other people out there who have special needs siblings, it might be a cool video to watch, maybe something that you can relate to. If not, if you don't have a special needs sibling, then I don't know, maybe you can just learn something, or you might find it interesting anyway. So let's just get right into the video. I have two questions that I'm going to answer that I noticed some of you guys ask about on one of our other videos, so yeah, we'll just start there. So this comment is from Jen Sheehan. She says, "You both are amazing people and you're an amazing sister. I have a special needs son and daughter who is 3 years older than him, and she is also an amazing sister like you are. Daniel is so cute and I love the way you guys communicate with him giving you his hand. I wish you both all the happiness in the world. Please keep making more videos. I would love to see more of you and him." She also said, "I have a quick question for you. Have you always been this good and patient with Daniel, or did you go through a phase when you were younger that you resented him or were embarrassed by him or anything like that? I'm asking because I want to try and understand how my daughter feels and if that's how a lot of siblings with special needs siblings feel. Thank you." Thank you so much for this comment. It actually inspired this video and kind of, yeah, I have a lot of things to say. So first of all, I have never felt resentment or anger towards Daniel. I don't know why, I just never have. I've always been super understanding and kind and patient with my brother, and I asked my mom about this on the phone the other day, and she was saying that I was always really caring towards him, and I never once was like mean to him or didn't like him or anything like that. And as a kid, I don't remember my mom specifically explaining to me, "Oh, you know what, Daniel is different than you," or I don't know, however you explain that to a kid, that their sibling is a lot different than them. I just kind of knew, or it was just normal to me, and I just went with it. And yeah, like I was still excited to have him as my brother. I remember playing with him. It was a lot of work though still, because you know, when you have to kind of drag him around. Like when we were really little, I would literally drag him around with me on the floor and like put my toys in front of him and play with him and all that kind of stuff. So that's how we played together. So I just think from a young age, I kind of really had a nurturing way about me, or I developed that as Daniel and I grew up together. I was constantly wanting to help my parents, just like any other kid when they have a new baby in the family. And Daniel and I are only 13 months apart, and he is younger, so it wasn't like I was so much older either. So I feel like maybe that was a positive thing, because I just didn't understand it at the time. It just was normal to me. But I think the best thing parents can do is really give their children both the same amount of attention, as hard as that is, because I know with a special needs child, you really need to really devote your time to that kid, and you know, they have a lot of higher needs than just a normal child. So that as parents, it would be very hard to kind of, you know, pull away from that like devoted attention to your special needs child, and give it to your child that can walk and talk, that's normal. And like I said in my other videos, I hate using the word normal, because really, what is normal? Like, I feel like we're all not normal. We're all different. We all have different characteristics. I have a learning disability, so technically I'm disabled too, but people would look at me and see, "Oh, you can walk and talk, you're normal," right? So yeah, I guess it's just the easiest way to describe people who are able to walk and talk. And yeah. One thing I want to touch on also is my parents did an amazing job creating a healthy family environment, or just a healthy living environment. My mom would always kind of preach to me, you know, "Jessie, like, we're a team, we got to work together, we're a family." So I think that definitely helped in this journey with my brother that I always felt a part of it. I didn't ever once feel left out. There is a negative side to having a special needs sibling though, because there are moments in my life where I can literally go back and have like flashbacks of how I felt in the exact like moment in time that kind of really hit me. This one time in particular, I remember looking at my brother and my mom and my dad, and he was laying on the floor, and I don't know what they were doing, but he was crying, just constantly crying, and my parents were trying to like make him feel better and stop him from crying. And I remember sitting on the chair looking at my parents and saying, like, I want to play, can somebody just play with me? And I remember the look on my parents' faces. My mom just turned to me and she's like, Jess, like, we can't play with you right now, like, I'm so sorry. And that's one moment that my mom and I both remember. She remembers just how I was and the look that I had on my face, and I can go back and remember her exact look on her face and just like her heart breaking away because she doesn't want Daniel to be crying and in pain, but then she can see that I'm not suffering, but what's the right word? I don't even know the right word. It's not suffering, but she is not able to give her whole undivided attention to me and Daniel and everyone just be happy, basically. So, I mean, there are points in my life that I've had to go through some things, like, you know, when you have friends over and you're all like playing, and I remember being downstairs watching a movie, and I would always want my brother included, so my parents would always bring him downstairs for me and sit him next to me, and we'd just like watch a movie or whatever. But then the movie was over and my friends are like, oh, let's go outside, and then they all would run upstairs, and I would have to kind of always wait for my parents to get Daniel because I just didn't want to leave him behind. So with things like that, it was always hard for me to, like, I always had fun with my friends, but it was hard because it's like I really wanted my brother just to be able to be with us and to include him as much as we could. So I feel like those are things that like normal families and normal siblings, they don't have to go through that. But at the same time, it really has made me more compassionate and patient and caring just towards people and their situations or what have you. And I remember as a kid too, you know, on your birthday, you get your cake and you blow out your candles and make a wish. My wish was always that my brother would be normal, that my brother would be able to walk and talk someday. I don't even think there was a time that I never wished for that. So, well, most kids are probably wishing for like the latest toy, or I don't know, like their family just to be happy. I don't know, whatever kids wish for when they blow out their birthday cake, candles. I was, from a very young age, wishing just for my brother to be normal and to be able to walk and talk so we could just run and play together. So I think from a very young age, it kind of has made me have to grow up faster. It's made me realize that life is happy, yes, but it's not always absolutely amazing. And it taught me to just be happy and positive in the midst of a sad time or a sad situation. You know, there's a time to be sad for sure and go through what you have to go through and cry it out, talk it out, whatever you have to do. But then there's a time to also pick yourself up and, you know, learn to live with it in a sense and to be okay and to just enjoy each moment of your day rather than looking forward to when it's over or whatever you may be going through. And obviously, like, we are all humans, so there's points in my life where it's like, oh, I just wish, like for example, Daniel right now, he's been going through health issues and he just basically has some type of irritable bowel syndrome, but that's such a broad spectrum. So we've been trying to really figure it out so that he can start gaining weight and getting better and not be in pain. So there's definitely like times where I think to myself, oh, like, I just want him to be better. I cannot wait until he is able to get better. And then it's like, well, will he? Because there's always that question in your mind of, there is a chance that anybody with special needs, their life could be cut shorter. And there's also a chance that they could live a full and wonderful life. So I don't know, it's one of those things that it's really hard to think about for me to ever lose Daniel. And I mean, I believe in God and I have a really strong faith, so obviously, like, I believe that if he were to, say, pass away, he would go to heaven. Not to get all like religious on you or anything, but yeah, I just really have a personal relationship with God, and that's what I believe in. And I think everything else, if you believe in different things, that's okay. Like, I'm not going to judge you for that. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting a little off track. But yeah, there's always that chance that you don't know if they're going to make it. And that would honestly just kill me. Like, I hate thinking about it. It's absolutely horrible. And you know, when he was going, there was a time like a year and a half ago where he would just literally lay on the couch and you'd look over him like, are you still breathing? Because he was just so lethargic. He didn't smile. He wasn't like just being his normal self. So that was really hard. So I actually had like many moments where I just bawled my eyes out, just saying like, I cannot lose him. Like, I don't know what I would do. Who would I be without him? Because like, he's really defined me as a person. And yeah, I'm my own person, but like, he's glued to me. Like, that's how close we are. Like, he is truly a part of me. Like, I couldn't imagine my life without him. Like, I'd rather my life be hard and have to go through hard things with him than just be without him, if that makes sense. Like, so yeah, that's been kind of hard to deal with. But I mean, you have to learn to still be happy and still keep pushing through things, and yeah, just so in hopes that one day everything will kind of get better. I mean, now Daniel is at a place where he is a decent amount better than he was. He smiles, he's more himself, but he still has pain, and we have to really monitor him and keep up with his food intake and all that kind of stuff. On this channel, I really enjoy hearing your stories about your children, or if you have a special needs sibling and how you love them, and or your daughter or son is really good with your special needs, other special needs child. Like, I love hearing stuff like that. To me, like, that really makes me so happy. But obviously there's a negative side to it as well, which is some siblings just really can't deal with the fact that their other sibling has a special need or needs more attention. And that can cause a lot of anger and resentment, which is absolutely horrible, and my heart goes out to those people because I can understand it. It's like, you don't, when your brother or sister is born with special needs, you don't get a handbook that tells you all the things that you're gonna go through, all the things that you're gonna feel, what to do, like, for every situation that you're gonna experience. So obviously there's people go through things differently, and luckily, like, I've been on the positive side, but I think I owe that to my faith, my parents, and just my brother being the amazing brother that he is, and just having the amazing family that I do. But I have heard of some stories where other siblings don't really include their special needs sibling or have a lot of anger and resentment. And I think, I don't know, there's no advice I can give to help change your mind, but this is what I always say, because it actually makes me really angry when I think about it. Because to me, in my point of view, is how selfish could you be? Any of us could get in a car accident or some type of accident and be confined to a wheelchair or become a vegetable and not be able to do our daily tasks in life. And wouldn't we want our family to surround us with love and just do their best to take care of us or to help us with certain tasks that we need help with? So that's how I look at it with Daniel. He needs my help. He needs my family's help. And like, I truly believe my family was put on this earth to go through this situation and to really come out on top, whatever the outcome is. If your brother or sister has special needs and you're going through a difficult time, just remember to do your best to think of them. I mean, yeah, there's times where you do have to pull yourself back from the situation and take care of yourself and think about yourself, definitely. I'm not saying that you can never think about yourself, or you have to be so selfless that you're feeling depleted at the end of the day, or like not happy. But at the same time, you really got to put yourself in your special needs siblings' shoes because you don't know what they're going through. Imagine feeling like everybody feels. Imagine feeling certain things, whatever it's happy or sad, and literally not being able to communicate that. Like, how aggravating would that be? So you have to think of it that way. Like, we take for granted a lot of things in life. Being able to jump in my car and go to the gym and have a really good workout, you know, and then we take that stuff for granted. Or even going into our fridge and getting ourselves a drink when we're thirsty. People with special needs, not all of them can do that for themselves. So I think as siblings, we need to kind of think like that and think, well, if we were in their shoes, we would want it. Like, how would you want to be treated? We would want our families to love us and to take care of us and do the best that they can. So I think in some cases you just have to be less selfish. And some people struggle with that more than others, and that's okay. Like, it's your own journey that you have to go through. But just try and be more giving. I realize that not every sibling can maybe do what I do for my brother, because I literally spend every single day with him. And we just have, I don't know, we just have really good bonds. And I understand that's not everybody's thing. Not everyone is going to be like me. Which I would love, that's why I love hearing about other people having daughters or sons that are really good with their special needs child and all that, or special needs sibling, but you get what I'm saying. So like stuff like that literally brightens my day and it makes me so happy. But even if you can devote, say, once a week, just spend an hour with your sibling. Just find something that you guys can do together, like whether it's might be drawing for some people. It might just be sitting outside listening to music, going on a walk together, watching a movie together. Maybe they like to play some type of game. It depends what they're able to do. Like, maybe it's chess, but my brother can't play chess. So for us, it's just like hanging out, snuggling, or we like to listen to music together or go outside on a walk. So even if you could devote one day a week, an hour, just to spend time with your sibling and really get to know each other and create that bond, like they'll recognize that in their own way and say, and feel loved. Like, and that's one thing that I think is so amazing about just life in general, is everyone has the ability to feel loved. And I think if we think more in those terms, it's so easy to give out love and just to be kind, because, you know, everyone loves the feeling of love or just happiness or kindness, like all those kind of things. So just don't forget that your special needs sibling, even though they can't always communicate the way that you may need them to or want them to, they do feel loved when you spend time with them, when you do things for them. And I think that's what you definitely have to keep in mind. I hope that answers your question, Jen. Thank you so much for asking and sharing your story. I really appreciate it. And so does Daniel, even though he's not here. But yeah, I really appreciate you liking our videos and commenting and subscribing. It means so much to us. I never thought this channel could reach over 1,000 subscribers. It's actually quite insane, and I know that is so little compared to so many other YouTubers out there, but it's just crazy to me.